Good morning, players. So there's currently protest and the outrage is growing in New York after 30-year-old Jordan Neely, who was a Michael Jackson impersonator, died on Monday after he was placed in a chokehold on a subway. According to reports, Jordan Neely was homeless and he at one time earned a living in the city as a skilled Michael Jackson impersonator who performed in Times Square. According to police officials, video, as well as witness statements, Jordan had been acting erratic and hostile on the train. They stated he was yelling that he wanted to die, he was hungry, and that he just wanted to go to jail so that he could eat. He was then approached by an unnamed 24-year-old former Marine, and he was placed in a chokehold. Trigger warning: the video shows the former Marine with Jordan Neely in a chokehold. Several people were grabbing at his arms, trying to hold Jordan still, and then he becomes motionless. So he held Jordan there for several minutes, and then he pushed him off of him. Jordan was unconscious at that time. When they made it to the next stop, Jordan was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced deceased. Police later took the former Marine who had placed the man in that position into custody, questioned him, and released him. The man has not been charged, and the investigation is ongoing, according to police, and he's also not been publicly named. Now, Jordan's death has been ruled a homicide by the New York medical examiner, and outrage is growing. About 30 people gathered for a platform visual, and they were saying, "Who killed Jordan Neely?" Those tensions soon turned into hostility toward New York's policies toward the unhoused and transit authority police. Many protesters are calling this a lynching. A local activist said that this was a horrible lynching, the murder of someone needing help. Mayor Eric Adams issued a statement saying, in part, any loss of life is tragic. There's a lot we don't know about what happened here, so I'm going to refrain from commenting further. However, we do know that there is serious mental health issues in play here. Now, people have been very critical of Eric Adams' statement, saying that it seemed cowardice. AOC shared his statement on Twitter and said, "This honestly feels like a new low, not being able to clearly condemn a public murder because the victim was of a social status some would deem too low to care about." The last sentence is especially rich from an administration trying to cut the very services that could have helped him. Mayor Eric Adams reiterated his statement on CNN, saying that we shouldn't be so quick to judge.
Each situation is different, and how a passenger, we have so many cases where passengers assist of the riders, and we don't know exactly what happened here until the investigation is thorough. And each situation is different. I was a former transit police officer, and I responded to many jobs where you had a passenger assist someone. And so we cannot just blatantly say what a passenger should or should not do in a situation like that. We should allow the investigation to take its course.
All right. This is so very sad, and I'm sending my condolences out to any family that Jordan may have. This is so sad. So let's wrap this up. He was acting erratic on the subway, saying that he was hungry and wanted to eat. And your response was to put him in a chokehold until he died, and then you're not arrested. Players, put your thoughts in the comments.